Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm Lance Malone, filling in for Kevin Price today. I'm with Standard Supply, and what we're a distributor of heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration products. We have branches all over the great state of Texas, and what we do is we help our contractor customers take care of their customers by having products in stock to help them fix or replace your air conditioning, heating, ventilation, or refrigeration system when you have a problem with it. And I've got back with me on the show for a second segment, Roger Witham and Stephen Miley, and they're both with Minuteman Heating and Air. And you can find out all you want to know about their company at MinutemanHeatingandAC.com. You can also contact them by phone at 817-563-1660. So we talked about you guys' background a little bit in the last segment. But Stephen, why don't you tell us why you decided to get into the HVAC industry?
Well, it's actually a bit of a story. I kind of actually stumbled into the HVAC industry. A mutual friend of mine was actually working for Roger at the time. This was back in 2008, and I was just in the market for a job, and he invited me to come interview with Roger and see if heating and air conditioning was something I'd like to do. And Roger actually hired me as his kind of a starting position, just installing, and I stuck with it ever since. It was something that I had kind of a natural ability at, and I do enjoy speaking with customers and getting to understand them as well. So that's kind of what led me to it and why I've stuck with it so long.
Well, that's a great story. Now, Roger, you've been in the HVAC industry for a long time, so why don't you tell us what you like about the HVAC industry and why you chose that for your career?
I think, I started out in commercial work and building sheet metal and stuff. So I think it started out as I liked working with my hands and seeing a finished product, being able to stand back and look at something, that I had done and completed. And then as the years go on, I enjoy working with people. I enjoy training employees. I enjoy educating homeowners. It's really just it's a good business to know people.
Outstanding. I enjoy the business a lot myself. I appreciate you guys joining me again today. A lot of homeowners, when they move into a new home or even after they've been in an existing home for a while, they'll purchase a home warranty to cover repairs. And I was wondering, Stephen, is that a good way to handle your air conditioning problems with a home warranty?
Predominantly, the answer to that question is no. In certain instances, it can be fine. For instance, the people who purchase new homes, and the warranty that you get for that first year, that tends to be a pretty decent warranty because the repair issues that come up in that short time frame are very minimal. Most of the warranty companies actually just kind of do a third party. They get another contractor to come out who is probably just the cheapest in the area. And that contractor then sends a technician out who may be a subcontractor under them or may actually be an employee. It's really luck of the draw. And that technician comes out to your home, and the only thing, in my experience, that they're interested in is collecting their $50 or $80 deductible or what have you, making a very, very quick diagnosis of the problem, and then making a very, very quick repair. And the repair doesn't always comply with local codes, and it's not always done correctly. So in most instances, the home warranty company is not going to be your best option to get a good repair done and a quality repair that you can rely on.
Okay. Now, Roger, you've been doing this for quite a while. What sort of response time can a homeowner expect this time of year? We've started to get hot. We're up into the mid-90s. We had some cool weather in May, so people's systems are really just starting to run hard for the last week or two. When somebody has a home warranty, what kind of response time can they look for when they have a breakdown in the heat of the summer?
In my experience, I've seen it. I've seen homeowners have to wait, a week or more waiting for a home warranty technician to get out, and then maybe wait days after that for parts to come in. With an air conditioning company like us, you're going to get taken care of within 24 hours.
Yeah, that's a big benefit and a good reason to shy away from using a home warranty for your air conditioning needs. So, Stephen, just give me your opinion on this. What is the goal of a home warranty company when they're called out to your house to do service on your air conditioning?
To get their $50 deductible or whatever the amount is, and then get out as fast as possible and on to the next call. That guy that comes out typically just wants to go home.
Okay. So typically a home warranty company, Roger, is going to be slower to respond. They're going to send a less qualified technician, and they're going to look for the cheapest way to get out of the home.
And they're going to address only the problem that they were called out for. If there was, if there's a capacitor, they're going to replace a capacitor and go on, and they're not going to look at, what future problems you may have. You may have another problem in another week or 2 weeks because all they did is address while the system wasn't running at the time.
So why is this not in the homeowner's best interest?
Well, I guess the best way to put it is you wouldn't want to go to your doctor for a bad shoulder and then come to find out, a month later that he thought you were going to die of a heart attack. And that's what these guys are going to do. They're going to come out. They're not going to keep your best interest at heart. Like I said, they're just there to make the quick diagnosis, make the quick repair, get out as cheap as possible, and leave you with any problems that you're going to have in the future. And that's not what we do when we come out to a home.
So, Roger, is there a warranty option out there that's for HVAC that does have the homeowner's best interest in mind?
Yes, sir. There are options, and we include on all of our new installations a 10-year parts and labor warranty on all of our complete systems. It's standard practice for us. It's not necessarily standard practice for the entire industry, but most manufacturers are now offering good part warranties, on their equipment. We just so happen to boost that a little bit, make sure that for 10 years they have no service fees.
Yeah, that's very unusual because what most homeowners don't realize is the equipment comes with a long warranty. But it doesn't cover the labor.
No, sir.
It only covers to replace the components of the system that fail. So can you talk about that a little bit, Stephen, and what kind of costs people typically look at even when the parts are under warranty?
Yeah, so just like you said, most equipment warranties cover just that. They warranty the equipment. And the labor, you can be left holding the bag on that. The cost for labor can be, as little as $10 if it's something very, very small, like a small wire connection or a capacitor or something of that sort. But you get into something major like a coil that wore out prematurely. I mean, you're talking well over $1,000 just in labor plus the refrigerant to recharge the system. I mean, it can add up very, very quickly. I've been in customers' homes where the system was 8 years old, for instance, and under warranty, and they were looking at a $2,000 or $3,000 bill for labor, even though the parts were covered. And that's really not a very good warranty, in my opinion.
Right. Well, what are some of the things that a quality air conditioning contractor does when they get called out for a breakdown that wouldn't typically be done by someone who is doing a home warranty call?
Well, when a good technician arrives at the home, he should properly introduce himself and really talk to you about not only the problem you're having, but the problems that you've had in the recent past. Are there any rooms that aren't cooling properly? How often do you replace your filter? Are there any allergy complaints in the home? And then, more importantly than that, is to do a thorough inspection of the entire system. If he knows when he gets to the front door that the problem's probably with the outdoor unit, just checking the outdoor unit is not satisfactory. He needs to check the indoor unit. He needs to inspect the ductwork. He needs to make sure the thermostat's calibrated. He needs to make sure that everything is code compliant and that he's not just solving your issue today, that he's informing you of any issues you could have in the future. That's what a true HVAC technician should do when he gets into your home.
Very good explanation, Stephen. It's been my pleasure to have Roger Witham and Stephen Miley from Minuteman Heating Air with me today. You can find out more about their company at MinutemanHeatingandAC.com. That's MinutemanHeatingandAC.com, or call them at 817-563-1660. I'm Lance Malone from Standard Supply, filling in for Kevin Price today. You can find out more about my company at ssdhvac.com. Thanks for joining us today on The Price of Business.